Welcome back. Happy New Year's. Welcome back to Kevin Toll Reads, where today, exclusively, only here, you get the first ever original book tag from Kevin Toll Reads. I hope you're excited because I'm excited. Now, original may be a stretch. I did Google, I YouTube Googled. There was a few YouTubers out there that did a similar book tag in title. Now, the questions I've collected here, there's 8 questions, the 9th being tagging others, but they are original in the sense that their grouping together is original. Now, these questions may have been asked here or there on other tags, but these questions are unique for this book tag. So this is an original tag. I'm going with it. If you disagree, roast me in the comments. I'm not going to listen to haters this year. That's one of my resolutions. Just kidding. But yeah, it's that time of year where people are doing resolutions and talking about new year, new me. And I thought that'd be kind of funny to play off that, especially on today. And, Josh, I think at Already Overbooked was talking to me, I think a while ago. He's like, hey, you need to do your own original tag. And it's been in the back of my mind. And I just got back. I was out putting some miles in and I was thinking about it along the way. And I thought about it a little bit before I left. And I just said, what the heck with it? When I get home, I'm going to do this original tag and upload it. It's New Year's. Let's go for it. And so again, this is the New Year, New Me book tag. All of these prompts are around kind of goals and working out or forging ahead, resolutions. So let's jump right in here. Number 1 is fears. What is one book on your 2025 reading goals that scares you? And I'm going with Mary Bird's Emperor of Rome. This is a book that I picked up because of Bob at Robert G. Reader of Books. He has put together kind of a Roman emperor read-along challenge, and I saw this book on his video, and I was like, I'm looking for some nonfiction. Emperors of Rome sounds good, and I went with it. I saw it at Barnes & Noble recently, and I'm like, it's a nice copy. I'm going to pick it up. I want to read this in 2025. That's part of my goals. This one, I'm a little scared about, but we're going to do it. We're going to do it. I'm going to do it for Bob. So that's my answer for number 1. Number 2 is patience. What is one book on your 2025 reading goals that you want to start immediately? And that is without a doubt book 2 of the Harry Bosch universe. I just finished The Black Echo. It was a 5-star read for me. You guys have been asking me to read Bosch for quite some time. I'd like to drop everything and just start binge reading Bosch. And this is book number 2. It is on my TBR, and I will get to it here in the next couple weeks. But it's taken me some patience just to pick this up and start ripping through it. So that's my answer to that one. Question number 3 is growth. What book last year pushed you to reflect and grow as a reader? And I'm going to say this nonfiction book by Jack Miles, God, an autobiography. This was a book off of Steve Donahue's videos. He has several videos about nonfiction starter packs, and I thought those were really cool. And he was giving me grief back in, I think it was October, about how it was related to my kind of library and not having enough nonfiction or not reading enough nonfiction. And I took it to heart, and it was all in good fun. Steve's a great guy. And so I read this book as part of my nonfiction November, and I really think it did kind of make me grow as a reader, because this was I was a little anxious about reading this, a little apprehensive, just because I haven't read a lot of nonfiction, and the subject matter is very religious. And I thought maybe it would be kind of dull, but I really liked Miles's writing. I liked the premise of it all, and I thought I grew quite a bit. So, question number 4, new paths. What is one author you plan to try for the first time in 2025? And I have two. And so I talked about Joe Ide, IQ. I've been wanting to read Joe Ide, so I'm going to get to this in 2025. I want to try him out. I have never read anything from Ide. But I have another one, I've been wanting to read more classics, and this is an author that's always got my attention, and I just kind of been, for whatever reason, never read, but I picked up this copy of A Farewell to Arms by Ernest Hemingway. I've never read Hemingway. It's someone I want to try out, and so this is a new path for me. So those are my answers. Question number 5 is self-care. What is one book or series you revisit for comfort? I have 2. One is a series, one is a book. And one series that I kind of go back to for comfort is obviously Dresden Files by Jim Butcher. I mean, I read it twice. I love the Audible version by James Marsters. I highly recommend you consume them that way. But I also have the physical copies as well, and I like to immersive read them. And they are comfort. Harry Dresden is such a phenomenal character. So... And then probably an individual book that I think I would read again and again and again outside of, the Jurassic Park. But I would say is Blake Crouch. He's an author that I would reread for comfort. And Recursion is definitely a book. It's, it's not as famous as Dark Matter, but it's definitely one of his more famous ones. And I think this is a fantastic book and highly recommend this if you haven't read it. It's definitely a comfort read for me. Number 6 is Forging Ahead. What is your favorite debut book or first book in a series you read last year? And debut for me, for sure, and I have 2 of them, and one's is part of a series and one is not. But the standalone book, debut author, I'm going with The Quick and the Dead, Louis L'Amour. This was the first Louis L'Amour book I read in 2024, and I was absolutely blown away. It was such a fast read. There was Austin at Outer World Media and I always kind of say the same thing. How he puts so much in 140 and 50 page books is beyond me, but this is such a great read. And then obviously I waited a long time in 2024 to read, but I collected the books. Criminale talks about this guy a lot on his channel, but Ed McBain, I read the first book in the 87th Precinct series, Cop Hater by Ed McBain. Blown away by Ed McBain. I read a novella in the 87th Precinct and the book Transgressions, which is a collection of different pulp noir writings, but this is the first novel I read in the 87th Precinct, and I was blown away. This is definitely a series I knew I was going to like even before I read the book, and this just solidified that I was going to. I've got another 87th Precinct book on my TBR currently, and it's eyeballing me, and so I am excited to read him again. Number 7 is goals. What do you have a specific reading goal or challenge for the year ahead? And I do, and I have a couple. And one is to read more classics. Another is to read some different authors. So this is a great tag in that respect, retrospectively thinking about that now. But also is I want to continue on in some series. I've got 13 series currently that I'm reading ongoing. I'm in various stages of those different series, and I want to continue pushing ahead on those because I have a long list of other series that have been recommendations or ones I've had my eye on from a while, recommendations from you all that I want to continue to forge ahead as well. And so I want to make sure I get through some of those series in 2025 as well. Number 8, and this is a bonus, but it is Breaking Walls. And the bonus is do you have a non-book related goal for 2025 you wish to share? And mine is pretty simple. If you don't know, I walk and run quite a bit. And in 2025, I would like to, in total for the year, get 2,025 miles under my belt. In 2024, I hit a little over 1,900, and it was a busy year. I did have a couple months where the mileage was down for me, but 2,025 miles in 2025 is right in my wheelhouse and very doable. And so that is my goal outside of the bookish related hobbies that I would like to achieve. And number 9, obviously, is called Teamwork, and it's around tagging others. And so I would like to tag a long list of people, and hopefully they would like to jump in on my original tag here. The first one being Novel Insights, Secret Fire Books, Steve Donahue, Book Chat with Pat, Bob Can Read, Faceless, Adventures in Literature, Robert G. Reader of Books, Pulp Mortem, Odd Audie Online, Elder Talk, Nicole's Bookish Nook, Book Buds, Michael K. Vaughan, Random Reading Pathways, The Bearded Book Beast, Another Bibliophile Reads, Ted Read Instead, Christina Winikoff, Read by Fred, Already Overbooked, News from the Gelding, Bookstalgic, and Sci-Fi Words of Wonder. You've all been tagged in the New Year, New Me book tag for 2025. I hope you enjoy this. I hope you all play along, and I will talk to you all in the next one. Thanks.